Hello everyone, I'm D-Mind, the mind of one and all, and welcome back to another episode of An Octave Higher. I am still not over Frederick's death. I can't. Frederick, why did you do it? Come on, Frederick. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with it. Damn you, Frederick. Anyway, now we're learning quite an interesting history about Geoff Godwin and how he introduced the ruling that he lower minimum wage so he could give mana potions to the factory workers. But yeah, which is basically what I pointed out. If mana potions were so ridiculously expensive, how were the factory worker gonna use the mana potions for their work, right? Which I pointed out, and now it's being explained. Did I read that last text though? Yeah, he thought the problem could be solved if people didn't have to buy mana potions themselves. Instead, they get their potions from their employers, right? Meanwhile, the government would waive the taxes on mana potions for legal companies that purchase potions for their employees. Ah, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. But then, why is the factory wages for the factory workers' wages were so low? If Geoff Godwin really wanna be a good guy, he wouldn't make the minimum wage that low to the point where they could barely just get by living, and also will give better working conditions, I guess. Yeah. That way, the government would still be able to control the distribution of mana potions by limiting how many potions the company could purchase, tax-free, depending on the company size and what kind of business it was in. For example, a typical company could only buy one vial per employee per day, but a magic machine manufacturer could buy 2 or 3 vials per employee per day. Some special institutions like the police force and conservatoires could purchase as many as they wanted, as long as they kept detailed account of their users. With this arrangement, citizens would receive a sufficient amount of mana potions from their employers. Companies could buy untaxed mana potions, but mana potions would remain expensive for any other purposes in order to dissuade people from abusing magic. It was a win for everyone. That's why Geoff proposed that bill. I'm not sure if I get it, but basically the bill's purpose was to give the government control over the distribution of mana potions by shifting the burden of purchasing them from individuals to corporations, right? That's right. So, it isn't true that Lord Godwin proposed the bill to obtain unfair advantage for his own company. Of course, he did it to obtain an advantage. The fact that it also solved the other problem was a bonus. It was his in. What I'm saying is that the bill did solve a real problem. Whether it was motivated by altruism or selfishness is besides the point. As it turns out, the world is more complicated than that. Besides, more than 20 years ago, when Geoff made that proposal, he might not have been aware of the problems that it created for the factory workers. I mean, it's easy to look back at the past and see what went wrong and assign blame to someone, but when you're in a difficult situation and there are many fucking things outside your control, shit ain't so easy, and you're as vulgar as ever, Janice Wolf. Take a soccer match for example, especially when it's a team match instead of a one-on-one match. As spectators, people love to criticize the players whenever mistakes made. What they fail to realize is that when they are a spectator, they have a complete view of everything that's going on inside the hexagonal area, which the players don't. And in their mind, they don't see why their favorite player didn't dodge right instead of left. They don't see why fire was cast instead when wind would have been better. Instead, the arena, a player can only control his own actions. He can only see what his own little eyes can see at any one time. Running a business or running a country is also like that. Whether you are a member of parliament, a business owner, or just an ordinary employee, you're just one player among many. The difference is the real world is that there are no spectators. Everybody's a player, and nobody has a complete view of everything that's going on inside the arena. You know, funny thing is, that's the whole concept of the mind of one and all. You don't see everything from that's the thing, you don't see it from everyone's point of view and perspective, but you try to. That's the key word, you try to. Hence the name, the mind of one and all of everyone else. That's an interesting fact you learn. I see, I guess things aren't as simple as we would like them to be. But now that Lord Godwin knows about the difficulties that the pros are going through, couldn't he do something? Well, first of all, there's a matter of whether he wants to do anything, but for the sake of argument, let's say he does. So our question now is whether he can. The main problem is that people often forget this. Joss, not the owner of Magical Mechanical, not anymore. Not since MM went public. Joss still the biggest shareholder, but by no means a majority. What that means is that he could propose ideas, but he have to convince the board of directors to agree with it before MM would execute it. I see. You know, if I was Joff, I would have like 51% of share. Oh well. But for the sake of argument, let's say MM's board of directors agreed to help their factory workers. So our question now is how? Unfortunately, there's no easy solutions. If they increase the workers' wages or give them more mana potions, production costs would skyrocket. Really? Then they have to reduce the size of their workforce to bring down costs to an acceptable level, either by making use of more magic machines in the manufacturing process or something else to that effect. Well, then magic machines will have to be more expensive, but you want them to be cheap, right? This is the boom, like in the 1920s and yeah, the early 1920s boom when cars and TVs and laundry machines and vacuum cleaners were like, oh my god, cheap, and then they're like machines, they're convenient and whatnot. I learned my world history. Either way, it results in hundreds of thousands of unemployed pros, which I imagine would suck for those guys. So there you have it, the consequences of the grand solution. Do you have a better idea? I know, the government should let MM purchase more potions tax-free, so MM could give more potions to the workers. Not gonna happen. MM is huge. When you take the size of its workforce and the amount of mana needed to manufacture magic machines, MM's consumption of mana today already constitutes more than half of all overtures. Parliament would never agree to give them more mana potions. I see. There's really no easy way to solve the problem. Yeah, actually I was thinking of that solution as well. I mean, if they just sell more cheaper mana potions to MM, then they could raise taxes without having to sacrifice the workforce and whatnot. But then, that's just it. Then the consumption and all that. No, it wouldn't actually. You still regulate the consumption, but you raise their wages. They get and they have to pay less for the mana potions. Yeah. They pay less for the mana potions, and then they won't use more. That's the thing, they won't use more mana potions. They just pay less for their mana potions so they can increase the wages of their workers without having to like cut the workforce. Yeah, that's the solution. The end. But of course, the parliament might not want to do that. I know. I see, there's really no easy way to solve the problem. Hahaha. Well, that's just how it is. Life's a bitch. It never goes the way you want it to, and sometimes it seems like it's trying its best to piss you off. Anyway, Wolf takes out a chronometer from her pocket, takes a glance at it and puts it back. Looks like it's time for me to go. It was nice talking to you. Elizabeth? Elise. Hahaha, right, Elise. Goodbye, Elise. Goodbye, Commander Wolf. The policewoman smirks again before turning away and leaving. For a while, I just stand by myself on the street. Between what Alanis said before I left home and what Commander Wolf just told me, my mind is filled with thoughts again. But they're not the kind of jumbled mess they were yesterday. I feel like I have gained a better understanding of what's going on with all this. This being me, Franz, Libertad, well, this. There's still lots of things I don't understand, perhaps won't understand, because I don't even know why I don't know. But everything makes more sense now at least. At least. A little more sense than yesterday. Does it though? With Commander Wolf gone and no one else to chat with, I resume my aimless walk around the city until a red tint appears in the sky to tell me that it is time to go to the cafe. Alright. Once at the cafe, I greet Mrs. Xiao and sit at the piano. Outside, the sun has slipped below the skyline. The sky is quiet. It's a quiet, twinkly tapestry of the moon and the stars. People begin pouring into the cafe to have their dinner. Child fills the cafe while my eyes are fixed at the piano. What shall I play today? I know. I'll play that piece. Let me guess that piece. It's the piece that Frederick gave you a long time ago. I close my eyes, place my hands gently on the piano keys and inhale. I exhale and the piano breathes out music. Yep. Oh, I knew it! Dots. Suddenly I'm aware that I am in another world. It's warm like the day but quiet like the night. There's tranquility but there's also energy. I feel my body drifting on the surface as vast and soft as white sand on the beach. I look beside me. There she is. The music is smiling brightly, almost shiny, glittering within the white world. I open my eyes while the music is still singing, with her saintly voice. The cafe patrons are watching me. Some are staring as if petrified. Heads are turned, forks are suspended above the plates. There's peace on their faces. They are listening to my piano. They are listening to my music. They remind me of Alanis' patients who listen to my piano while undergoing their therapy. Perhaps like those patients, these people have also come here to have their soul healed. I scan their faces and notice the little details that make them all unique, yet in another way they are also similar. There are no aristocrats, there are no bourgeois, they are not scientists, they are not engineers, they are not magicians, they are not majors. They are just people. They are neither good nor bad. Like Commander Wolf explained, it's not so easy to determine whether someone is good or bad. Hearing Francis' story made me think that Lord Godwin was a bad person, but now that I've also heard Commander Wolf's explanation, I'm not so sure anymore. Is Lord Godwin good or evil? Or neither? But Franz said that Lord Godwin is responsible for the poor's suffering. He was so sure of it. Commander Wolf said that there is no easy way to solve the problem with the poors. But Franz claimed that the Libertad's mission is to give the poor the justice they deserve, and that they could do it. Could Franz be wrong? Is Franz really the evil one? Oh, they are applauding you. Wow, that meeting was amazing! Thank you for such a splendid performance. Your piano is the reason why I love dining at this cafe, thank you. Some guests approached me after they finished their meal to tell me how they loved listening to my piano. I'm glad I was able to make their dinner more enjoyable. Once all the guests have left, Mrs. Howard comes to me. That was an interesting performance. Symphony in C minor, Odora di Spirito Adolescente. Today was the first time I heard it played on the piano. Well, technically it wasn't a symphony here. Yes, I rearranged it into a piano piece. That was only the first movement though. You're full of surprises. Why do you even have the full orchestral score when there is no piano part in it? You need a conductor's score to properly reduce it to a piano arrangement, wouldn't you? The score, yes. It was given to me by a dear friend. I left the cafe after bidding Mrs. Howard goodbye. Yep, Frederick gave you that score. Oh, now I remember how he wrote it all night. He spent it the whole night just writing that score. Frederick. Elise. At home, Aretha is already waiting for me again. What animals have the most courage? Apparently she has prepared more jokes for me. Fireflies and firebugs are the animals with the most courage? Yep, that was easy, right? Now what about this? What animals have the strongest willpower? Ducks! Because they go quick. No, they go quack. Oh well. That was really bad, Rita. Let's start with the punch already. You don't like them? I don't dislike them, but I think I've heard enough. Elise? Yeah? You know, when Franz and I were still students at the conservatoire, I always found it hard to disagree with him. He was just, well, intelligent. Very intelligent. Everything he said made sense. He could reason his way through anything, and he could prove his reasoning logically. It's like he was never wrong. you couldn't help but believe anything that came out of his mouth. But the truth is that he was never wrong. I remember back in our freshman year, Franz and I were arguing about combo magic. He insisted that any combo magic spell required 2 or more magicians to cast, which is why they were called combination magic. So I took out my fundamental magical theories textbook from my bag, showed him the first page of the combo magic chapter, and made him read the very first sentence aloud. A magic spell is considered combination magic if it combines 2 or more magical traits, regardless of the number of casters or the number of invocations required to cast the spell. Once he was done reading, I closed the book again and smacked his head with it. Wait, what? Smacked his head? At least Franz isn't always right, he's just good at thinking. Sometimes those are 2 separate things. Don't lose yourself over what he said or did. Franz isn't always right. Yes, maybe Aretha is right. I think Franz is in the wrong this time. I guess that makes him the bad guy. Does it? Does every conflict need a bad guy? Is the antithesis of good always evil, or could it simply be not good? Maybe Franz is not a bad person, maybe there's no such thing as evil. Maybe evil is just a label we tack on to any deviations from established norms. In other words, it's just a mental disorder. And like Alanis' patients, maybe Franz can also be cured. He deserves to be cured. With the power of music! I know, I'm just throwing it out there. Okay. I'll do what you did. The next time I see Franz, I'll smack him on the head. Then I'll burn him with fire until his face is all black and smack him again for good measure. Ha 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 ha. Huh? Elise, this isn't like you. I don't want to stop until he takes off that stupid cloak and apologizes for all the bad things he has done as Amadeus. Yeah, we got to punish that idiot. Spank him. Let's spank on him until his butt cheeks are red. Yeah, or we'll cane him. Oh damn. Whip him, hang him with ropes, and whip him. Make him stand on the street while carrying a sign. Drip hot wax around candles onto his skin while he's seated on a wooden pony. This is going to BDSM territory. Yeah, and then, what? Why hot wax? Why wooden pony? And then I'll whip him some more. Wait, what's that with the candles again? And finally we'll crush them. Crush them both. What? What is she going to crush? What is she going to crush? Oh god, she's gonna crush them. Yeah, we're totally going to crush his spirit and mind. Oh. I thought of something else. Oh wait, never mind. And yeah, continue laughing throughout. Alright. It takes some time for me and Aretha to stop laughing. Later I hit the bed better than I've in days. Friday, 14 December AM 318. Yeah, now should be the day of the presentation. I wake up feeling refreshed. The gentle touch of sunlight feels nice in the late winter morning. I feel full of life, as evidenced by my gleaming eyes, reddened cheeks, and full lips. Well, I mean, I think they look like that. I haven't actually looked in the mirror, but I'm pretty sure my face is beaming with energy, like the face of that chubby Eastern deity, but not chubby. I take a glance at the chronometer. It's only 7 o'clock. I jump out a bit, do some stretches to relax my muscles, and go downstairs. Oh, good morning, Elise. Good morning, Alanis. I thought I woke up early today, but I don't see Aretha. Has she left? Yeah, she left when it was still dark. Ah, today is the day she'll be doing her presentation at the conservatoire, isn't it? Yes, it is. I wish I could go and see her, even though I probably wouldn't understand anything she said. Haha. Do you want to go? I received an invitation, you know. You did? Yes, have I never told you that I graduated from Conservatoire d'Ouverture? I also worked there for a few years as a researcher. Yes, and you're also a renowned professor, kind of like Johann Poe. Kind of. Wait, did I read that last sentence? Yeah. I even wrote a pretty famous book on magic and psychology during my time at the Conservatoire. That's become my eternal ticket to events like this. But you give me your ticket? Won't you be going? I already promised the patient we'd do her therapy today. Can't break my promise now, can I? You could, but I suppose you wouldn't, haha. Haha. Well, I'm hungry. Breakfast? I was thinking of a shower first. Sure. I head to the bathroom and take a shower. When I get out of the bathroom, 2 plates of omelets and 2 cups of coffee are already served on the table. Thank you, Alanis. You're welcome, shall we eat? Okay. Over breakfast, Alanis and I have a casual chat about my work at Howard's, her psychiatry sessions, Aretha and the conservatoire, and other mundane stuff. Just as we almost finish our food, all of a sudden we hear people shout from outside. Uh-oh. The revolution. What was that? No idea. There are lots of people outside all of a sudden. The shouting gets louder. I'll see what's going on. Alanis gets up from the table and hurries to the front door. I follow her. Oh damn. The street is brimming with thousands of pros who are marching and yelling angrily. Bring down magical mechanical! Yes, bring them down! Nullify them! Nullify MM! Nullify MM! Nullify MM! Nullify MM! So everyone is chanting Nullify MM. The street seems to shake with the chant. I suddenly realize that many of these people are clad in the MM factory uniform. Some police officers are arriving, but before they can do anything, a number of pros shot with them with magic, led by 1 or 2 Libertans. Yeah, those are police officers on the floor. Libertad. And then I noticed that while the majority of the pros are just factory workers, scattered among them are Libertad members. The Libertans seem to be the ones who are leading this huge crowd. Most of the pros can't cast magic due to lack of mana, but the Libertans and a few pros who are systematically protecting the other pros from the cops. Wait, what? Alright. But even the ordinary pros aren't just marching silently. Seeing a carriage parked outside a building, a pro begins smashing and kicking it. Another follows his lead. Soon a small crowd has formed around it. Seconds later, the carriage is upside down, but that doesn't stop the angry pros from punching and kicking it. The first act of violence spreads in the minds of the mob like wildfire. People demolish everything they see as long as it belongs to a bourgeois. And everything here belongs to a bourgeois. They smash and destroy it. A small group of men break through the front door of a nearby house. A few minutes later, rioters emerge back from inside the house dragging a blood-soaked bourgeois man in his pajamas. Nullify MM! Nullify MM! The chant continues as the violence continues. What on earth is going on? I wish I could answer Alanis, but I don't know either. Can't you tell it's a revolution, a rebellion by the pros and Libertad? I'm still trying to gather my thoughts when a male voice comes from the sky. My brethren proletarians! The pros erupt in wild cheers as soon as they hear the voice, which they seem to recognize. I recognize it too. France. Oh, it's France. The voice continues. My brothers, the forgotten people of Overture. On behalf of Libertad, I wholeheartedly thank every one of you for your participation in this revolution. Yes, today is the day of our revolution, my brothers. Today is the day we take back Overture, which rightfully belongs to all of us. I look everywhere, but Franz isn't here. I can hear him clearly, but I don't see him. Where is his voice coming from? Is it being transferred by magic? He's not here. I think he has created a broadcast network. A broadcast network? What's that? Franz must be delivering the speech from somewhere, but he has Libertans spread all over the city, perhaps stationed every 500 feet to continuously amplify and re-amplify the sound wave like a relay until it reaches all of Overture. Yeah, I guess as much. Magical scientists have theorized about the possibility of creating a broadcast network like this for years, but nobody has ever done a large-scale experiment to test an actual citywide network. The main problem is that it's not easy to selectively amplify a sound. The broadcast network will pick up other sounds, so a noise cancellation technique will have to be... I think this is not the time for this discussion. Yes, we can ask Franz later how he solved the problem. As soon as I find out where he is and drag his butt back here. My brothers, you have suffered for far too long under the tyranny of the bourgeoisie. They have their wicked They and their wicked capitalism are what's responsible for the social injustice that robbed you of your dignity as human beings. But rejoice, brothers, for the end of the tyranny starts today. Today, when you make it known that you will not stay quiet under their unjust rule. Today, when you, with your own hands, will dismantle the evil that has been abusing you. And what is that evil, I ask you? Nullify MM! Yes, Magical Mechanical goes down today, the company and the devil who brought it into being. And who is that devil, I ask you? Geoff Godwin. Kill Geoff Godwin! Kill him! Kill Geoff Godwin! Kill Geoff Godwin! Kill Geoff Godwin! Within seconds, the Nullify MM chants have uniformly changed into Kill Godwin. Oh my gosh! So they're marching to Lord Godwin's house? No, that's not where he is today. Alanis and I look at each other, the color has drained from her face. Aretha! With haste, Alanis and I set off to Conservatoire d'Ouverture. Riots have broken out in the city, but we found that some streets are relatively safe because the police are marching through the big streets, while both heading to the same place, the Conservatoire. We hurry through the smaller streets whenever possible, avoiding confrontation with the rioters. Sometimes there's no other way and we have to slip through them while trying our best to avoid getting noticed. If we do get seen by Pro, it's my fire's job to take care of him. It isn't easy, but we're doing pretty well so far. As we get closer to the Conservatoire, we see more and more people coming, more and more pros coming from all over the city. They're chanting Kill Godwin, and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. At last we arrive at the Conservatoire. Oh damn. What is this contraption they built in front of? It looked like a junk pile in front of the Conservatoire. At this point, it's impossible to hide from the enraged pros, but lucky for us there is stronger police presence in this area of the city. We're ignored as the Libertad sets up barricades to keep the police out. Barricades? I mean they can fly, can't they? They can just fly over the barricades. Hundreds of police officers are struggling to contain thousands and thousands of pros. Dozens of dragoons flying in their one-seater carriages can be seen zipping around the area, trying to control the situation from above. Despite the police's best efforts, though, the pros are pouring into the Conservatoire. In fact, they're now keeping the police from going inside. I hope Aretha is alright. Sally Francis' voice blasts again. My brethren proletarians, thank you for coming to Conservatoire d'Ouverture. This time his voice really sounds near. I can actually tell where it's coming from, and where I turn to its direction, I see Franz, standing atop a balcony looking down at the thousands of pros crowding the courtyard. No, not Franz, Amadeus. MM has a special event today at this Conservatoire and they have sent out invitations to the press, academics, investors and other people in the industry. Geoff Godwin himself is scheduled to make an appearance. However, it seems they have forgotten to invite the people who have been working tirelessly making their fortunes for them, so I have taken the liberty to extend the invitation to all of you. Nullify MM! Kill Godwin! Unfortunately, I've checked today's agenda and found it wanting. Therefore, I decided to amend the plans a bit. Today, MM was set to announce their next big thing, a so-called magic analytical engine. But trust me, my brothers, it is nothing compared to what we're about to show you. Before that, a few things. First of all, I hereby declare the Conservatoire d'Ouverture is now in the hands of Libertad. We have two hostages. The first is a world-renowned magical scientist from Conservatoire d'Ouverture, Professor Johann Poe. You're gonna hold your senior professor? What? No cheers? He has made countless contributions to magical science. It would be quite a loss if were we to lose him. Trust me on this. I hope you police and dragoons are listening. You wouldn't want us to kill Professor Poe, so don't try anything funny. And second, the man we're all dying to see today. Geoff Godwin, the founder of Magical Mechanical, Lord Geoff Godwin. Oh, kill Godwin! Oh damn, they actually got him. I wonder how this will end. But we will save it for the next episode, so leave a like, comment and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DMineGaming if you have enjoyed, and I hope to see you again in the next episode.